The next speaker, all the way from Singapore. He has been in the water industry for more than 10 years, and he was also a very influential person in terms of oxygen water. Okay? And he called himself the chief water evangelist. That tells how passionate is he about water. So let's put our hands together and welcome on stage our CEO of Oxytap, all the way from Singapore, Mr. Wilson Tan.
Woo! Prife International family, are you excited to be here? Are you excited? Better tell the person next to you, whether it's in the toilet, come back. It's going to be something exciting. This, I guarantee you, in the next 40 over minutes, it will be the most exciting thing you have ever imagined. And we are releasing it exclusively today with Prife International. Since we've announced our collaboration with Prife, we had non-stop emails, social media posts saying, where can we get it? Where can we find this? Right? And today, you can get it here. Today, you can get it outside. All right? So without further ado, I want to share with you what is the most important thing in life. The 3 rules of human survival. You can survive 3 weeks without food. You can survive 3 days without water. But you cannot survive more than 3 minutes without oxygen. This is what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about. Oxytap is not a dispenser. Oxytap is not a filtration system. Oxytap is the world's first oxygen nutrition system. It increases high oxygen and uses water as a delivery mechanism into your body. So let's understand why water is so important. You know that many sicknesses and diseases today, just by drinking water, you can cure yourself. Right? Because of dehydration, your cells are not flowing. Because of dehydration, your blood clots. So water is critical. It helps to carry nutrients. It used to moisten the oxygen as you're breathing in. Right? It also protects and cushions your vital organs. And it absolutely helps you to absorb the nutrients or supplements you're taking. And for those who is doing bodybuilding, 75% of our muscles are made out of water. Okay, so regulating your body temperature is also very key. Everybody knows about the importance of water, right? The next element I want to talk about is oxygen. Oxygen is in the air we breathe. Oxygen is in some of the green foods we eat. But is that enough? Is that gonna be enough for you? Right? So what does oxygen do? It can help reverse aging. So if you want to look good, you want to look young, you want to look like your children, like their brother or sister, oxygen is key for you, right? It also helps relieve headaches. There are many things surrounding oxygen. It boosts immune system. It supports breathing. When you go to the hospital, they give you oxygen immediately if you're going to the EU, right? The emergency unit. Okay, so oxygen is critical. And in Oxytap, we handle 2 elements, water and oxygen together. You may say, hey, I have enough oxygen as we breathe. We exercise, it's enough. Let me share with you in the next few slides this misconception. There's a global oxygen crisis. Okay? The world, when it first began, was 30% oxygen. By now, it has dropped to 21%. And 21% is in the park outside, not in here. The more people is in here, the lesser oxygen is going to be here. So everyone needs oxygen. And with greenhouse gases, with pollution, more and more oxygen will be depleted. Even in Tsinghua, the Chinese university, they said that there is a declining oxygen levels in cities. If you come from Manila, you come from Singapore, you come from Beijing, big cities, oxygen is depleting. If you stay in a office environment, in a compact area, the more people is in there, the lesser oxygen you're going to have. And you know, everyone has gone through this, COVID, and many of you may have lost friends and families during COVID also. What COVID does, the virus attacks your lung. And currently, the lung is the only source of oxygen. And if you do not have oxygen in your body, you cannot heal, period. I don't care how healthy you are, without oxygen, your wound, when you cut yourself, will not close up. So oxygen is critical. So like you see, when you get COVID, the virus attacks your lung, your air sacs begin to be filled up with liquids, mucus, and that's where you drown on dry land. The next area which is very prevalent today is long COVID. Many of you here who have gone through COVID is suffering from long COVID. And later I'll share with you some of the testimonials how we actually help in long COVID. You would also know that many families and friends are also suffering from this. And what does long COVID cause you to have? Mental issues, depression. I don't know after COVID, right? How many of you feel depressed frequently? So it could be lack of oxygen, right? And also your nervous systems. It's not functioning well. Your endocrine system, diabetes, obesity, skin disorder, rashes, all this is linked to low oxygen because once you have COVID, your lung is injured. If you have gotten COVID, you can't recover as fast. And like I said earlier, without oxygen, you cannot heal. So that's why the term long COVID. We are lacking in oxygen. Even aging today, the older you are, your cells do not have the metabolic energy to absorb oxygen. That's why the older you are, lesser and lesser oxygen your body can consume. And finally, sicknesses and diseases start to come in. Your immune system drop. So these are all the issues related to aging. Even cancer. Today, this is the founder or the one who discovered cancer, Dr. Otto Warburg. He's a Nobel Prize winner in medicine. He says cells can turn cancerous if you deprive it for oxygen for long periods of time. And all normal cells have a requirement for oxygen. If you deprive a cell 35% of its oxygen, just 35% of its oxygen for 48 hours, the cells may mutate to cancer cells. But what if you're able to increase oxygen back in your body? Would not the cells not metastasize or spread, but be contained? Oxygen is key to prevent cancer spreading and cancer prevention. It's always been around. It's been known in the industry for many years. They have used hyperbaric chamber to treat people in high oxygen environment. Now we have a technology which does it in a small footprint and on your tabletop. Just an example, today, if you go to see a clinic and they test your blood, and the doctor says, hey, you have a high cancer count, you need to get chemotherapy. And we know chemotherapy kills everything. It's like poison, right? But if your body is low in oxygen, your immune system is very low. But your cancer cells are the strongest in low oxygen environment. So when you go for the 5 to 6 chemotherapy treatment, chemotherapy goes through your body, it kills all your weak cells. And by the time it reaches your cancer cell is the strongest because of the low oxygen environment. So if we add this with Oxytap, it's a different story. Oxygen increases in your environment, your body environment. Your cancer cells are weakened, your weak cells are strengthened, and whatever treatment you take, be it chemotherapy, be it alternative TCM, the treatment works better. So you say, hey, breathing, even drinking water, the water on your table, even drinking those water, you have low oxygen. Even filtration system, I don't care how expensive you buy your alkaline machine or you buy your filtration system, it will have low oxygen. The more and higher, the more expensive your filter is, the lesser oxygen you're going to have. And just to prove to you, we want to define what fresh water is all about. Fresh water is full of dissolved oxygen. It's between the range of 8 to 20 parts per million. If you think about it, 8 to 20 is a range. Just put that in your head. That is fresh water. Okay? It's moving in the mountains, it's moving in the streams, it's collecting a lot of oxygen. You can get a lot of fresh water. So for those who used to live in the mountains, you drink from streams, you'll find the water is better quality than what you're having now. There are so many different water brands today. Which is the freshest? I don't care how expensive your water bottle is or what brand it is. Shelf life is 2 years. The longer you keep it, the lesser oxygen is going to be in the bottle. The whole world is selling you stale water. If you go to the supermarket, you don't see a bottle which says bottled fresh water. You can never find that because oxygen defines its freshness. So after 8 to 12 months, oxygen leaves the bottled water. It's even less than tap water. So just imagine we are drinking unhealthy and stale water. It's not that don't drink your water now, but I'm just saying oxygen leaves the bottled water. So just a reference, you can see 8 to 20 is natural water level, oxygen level, right? Tap water comes down to 8 to 6. So regular tap water is about 6.5, 6.7. When you go through a filtration system, it could go as low as 2.5 to 3. And of course, when you boil the water to make your coffee and tea, it's even lesser. There is no technology out there where you can get a system and increase it in 3 minutes to the highest mountain water quality. In one press, we go up to 25 parts per million. And we can even concentrate it even higher. Just to show you, we are an engineering company and we don't tell you about all the fluff, right? We have real things and we show you with real measurement instrument. This is a dissolved oxygen meter and it's not done by us. You can get this commercially and you can test the water you drink, be it your filter or be it other brands. So these are some of the popular brands out there. It's about 7.4. Some of these branded brands are 7.73. And by the way, this is purchased fresh from the supermarket. When the shipment comes, we went to buy it and we test it. The longer it stays in the supermarket, 3 months, 6 months, is going to be 5 to 4 ppm only. Volvic from France. Dasani, 7.77. This is Oxytap. In 3 minutes, we are able to bring it up to 26.7. Nobody in this world has this technology. Nobody in the world. And if you look at the charts today, there's no competition. I don't care how branded your water is. I don't care how good your filter is. Look at the oxygen level. And stale water is unhealthy water. And with Oxytap, we turn dead water to living water. So what do you do with this technology? Why is it so unique? As I mentioned earlier, you have seen from cities which are highly polluted, oxygen is dropping. From elderly, the older you are, fewer oxygen is absorbed. Through cancer, sickness, oxygen drops. What is the solution today? What are we trying to do here? We're trying to solve the oxygen crisis with Oxytap supplement water. We are not oxygen water. Don't mix us up with the cheap brands out there. There are many brands in the market claiming to be oxygen water. So we are not oxygen water. Oxygen water is the same like regular water. When you bottle it, oxygen starts to drop. I don't care how expensive you buy it. Once it's done in the factory, it could be high. And sometimes you read at the label, they say, oh, we are high, we are X number of oxygen level. But it's true, it's only in the factory. But by the time they ship to you, it could be 3 months, 6 months. By the time you drink it, it could be 8 months. Oxygen would gone and be less than tap water. So as we press, single shot, the oxygen goes up. That's why we are a supplement. Today, there is a need for a supplement. There is no supplement in the world today that when you drink it, within 10 seconds, your oxygen goes up. And all this can be measured. All right? So like I said, when you're old and elderly, there's no way to get oxygen. And like I said, when you have COVID, your lung is already injured. How are you going to get more oxygen? Your oxygen is already reduced just through regular breathing. You need an external pathway into your body system, and Oxytap does that. So we are the world's first oxygen supplement infuser. We are able to do refresh mode. In one press, in 3 minutes, we call it a single shot. We refresh the water quality to be higher than mountain quality. If you leave the water in the nozzle itself and you go for another shot, we call this a double shot. And double shot, we call it a re-energized mode, where it's like drinking a double shot of espresso without the caffeine. It keeps you alert, and it's very good for people who are concentrating in work, for your children who are studying. You know, moms and dads spend thousands of dollars to bring their kids to tuition and extra curriculum. But how about this? You need a tool which increases their concentration. When you concentrate, your brain uses 20 to 30% more oxygen from your body. So just imagine if you are low oxygen and your kid is low oxygen, what happens? They become very, very unstable. They can't focus. So that's why a lot of ADHD kids are in that range. Where people who buy our product and when they drink it, it calms them down because the oxygen goes into their brain. So, Prife International, today we are featuring a platform, oxygen supplement platform, which is a fast generator of high oxygen in 3 minutes. And not only that, it self-generates oxygen from water. You do not need to buy gas. It makes gas or oxygen gas from water itself. Water is H2O, we split hydrogen and oxygen. We take away the hydrogen, which then interacts with the air to turn back into water. But the pure oxygen molecules are recycled back into the machine. And we do not alter the structure of the water. And the key thing is consistency. If you Google in the internet, you will see a lot of people saying, hey, oxygen water is fake, it's a snake oil, it doesn't work. True, because like I said earlier, oxygen water is not us. Oxygen water has to be manufactured in the factory. Here, with Oxytap, we bring the factory to you. And you produce it at home fresh and it's high. Our technology is also able to keep it stable. It stabilizes the oxygen for 24 hours in room temperature. If you chill it and you oxygen, you keep it in a fridge, it can last more than a week. There's no technology out there like this. So right now here, we're going to show you how we apply oxygen in some of our clients in the market. People say oxygen doesn't increase. Oxygen in your body, it doesn't work. Okay? It's fake. This lady is in our roadshow. She's 80 plus. And because she's 80 plus, you measure her oxygen meter, her oxygen level is about 94. Right? And there's no, like I said, there's no supplement in the world today. You can just take and buy it and take. The oxygen increases. We let her drink a glass, just a shot of oxygen, Oxytap supplement water. Within 10 seconds, it goes up to 99. In the world, there's no supplement which gives you 5% increase in your blood oxygen in 10 seconds. We are the only one in the world to do that. This lady here was introduced to me by a client of mine. I said, does she have any pain in the body? She says, no. On the contrary, she has numbness in her leg. This was due to long COVID. she couldn't move her right leg after she had COVID, and there is no blood flow. She can't feel her legs. After we helped her and drank oxygen for 15 minutes, you could see she could stand on her right leg. Previously, she was not able to do that. And she's so amazed, she's shocked. She was telling the husband, wow, what is happening to me? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great product here. It's an amazing technology which only Prife International can offer. I just came back from Berlin in an IFA show. It's one of the international consumer fair, and only the top technologies can be featured there. So we just came back from IFA about 3-4 months ago, and we also help people relieve pain. Some of them say, hey, I got pain it's been 8 years. Don't waste your time, it's gonna hurt. But with oxygen water, it helps remove their pain. This elderly man is 90 years old, right? He sits down and he stands up. Dizziness, high blood pressure. Like I said, the older you are, the lesser oxygen your body can absorb. And you need a supplement. So those who have elderly parents, you know what to buy them for Mother's Day and Father's Day. Huh? So when he sat down and he tried our water, just a few sips, he stood up and there wasn't any dizziness at all. He said, wow, this is amazing. And then he bought the machine and he drank it for 1 week when we were having the roadshow. After 1 week, he went to see the doctor. The doctor took him off medical high blood pressure medication just for 1 week of drinking. And he was so excited, he came to our booth and he said, thank you so much for bringing this technology into my life. It saved me from taking pills. And the next week, when his younger sister, 80 years old, has her 80th birthday, he got everyone to come down in front of me and for me to present and show the technology to them. And in the end, they bought the technology and the product. So what I'm going to share with you today is something where you can apply Oxytap in various aspects of your industry. Oxygen is so much needed. If you sit down on the table in the public, you sit down and you tell them, I've just got a new car, I just got a new bicycle. It may not captivate their attention, but if you tell them, hey, do you know the water you're drinking is very low oxygen? Do you know the air you're breathing has very low oxygen? You know, after COVID, your oxygen is very low in your body. Straight away, they will sit up. Straight away, they say, yeah, okay, tell me more. So this is what we have discovered. We have such a unique technology that everybody wants to hear more. Everybody wants to listen and spend time understanding what you have to offer. For those who like to go to bars, when you drink any alcohol, be it beer, whiskey, vodka, there's a chemical produced in your blood called acetaldehyde. That chemical can only be removed through oxygen. And if you drink, before you drink, you should drink Oxytap supplements that it will remove the chemical in your blood. Okay, so you will not get hangover the next day. That doesn't mean that you will stop you from getting a speeding ticket, all right? So it's meant to get rid of headache. We have, in Singapore, we have a chain of bars who buy that for their bars, their pubs, because it makes the customer drink more without feeling sleepy or getting hangover. Okay? It's not that we are promoting drinking, but we are promoting healthier lifestyle that it doesn't hurt them. Sports, gyms, activity centers, children activity centers. In the past, when we had COVID, a lot of us are wearing masks, and many of these children activity centers in Singapore, it's compulsory for kids to wear masks. Just imagine they need oxygen as they are running around, jumping around, but there's no supplement for them. So activity center is a good spot to increase the oxygen level. Gyms and sports, why is it important? Oxygen in your body system reduces the production of lactic acid. Lactic acid is the one which causes you to have cramps and pain. The more you drink, the lesser pain you have. And after exercise, your recovery is faster. We have many personal trainers who bought our product, who swears by it, because previously if they were to train, the next day they get very pain and it lasts for about 3 days. But for them, right now, They exercise and push themselves without feeling tired. So that's amazing. Like I said earlier, schools, offices, and gaming resorts. When you focus, your brain consumes 20 to 30% more oxygen from your body. And if you don't have a supplement or your oxygen is very low, you will doze off. I hope not many of you here are dozing off or you need a shot of oxygen outside. Okay, but you need oxygen when you're focusing. In schools, we have sold into pantries, we have sold into office pantries, where, like I said, in office pantries, you have filtration system, right? And then after filtration, you oxygenate them as supplements and you drink that. You have a bottle of Oxytap water next to you, and throughout the day, you won't feel sleepy or even get the neck aches and pain, which is caused by low oxygen in your body. For those who are interested in gaming resorts, I'm not sure how many of you know, when you go to a casino, some of the big casinos in Las Vegas, they pump oxygen in the air condition to keep you alert. So if you have a customer who is owning casino, this will be a great product for them. They can make their clients play more and sit longer at the gaming table. Even for the trend now among the young people are the e-gamers, right? E-sports. Many of us, my age and generation, don't understand how long kids can play 24 hours just playing online. This is good for them. If you do e-sports, if you can find sponsors and you want to be a sponsor in some of the e-sports, which is happening in many countries today, children gaming, this will keep them alert as they're focusing and playing their games. Beauty, wellness, and health spa. Like I said earlier, if there's no oxygen in your body, your cells cannot rejuvenate. So you can go for all your beauty treatment, but without oxygen, it's not going to be good for you. We participated a few years back in a beauty exhibition, and a reporter came and asked us, why do you want to participate here? The rest of them have creams, they have a tonic, they have a supplement. Why do you want to participate? I said, we are oxygen supplement. If your beauty is not beautiful inside, how can you increase your beauty outside? So internal beauty is more important than external beauty. Beautiful skin. It accelerates healing, slows aging, reduces line and wrinkles, promotes beautiful skin, increases moisture to skin, and clarifies skin. So if you were to drink more and more oxygen, I have customers who's in their 70s, they've been golfing many years, and because of the sun, they have sunspots. After drinking for 3 weeks, they called me and say, hey, my sunspots are shrinking. So like I said, a lot of this testimonial I'm giving you, it's all individual because all of us are made up differently. So don't take a testimonial like that and say everything has to be like that. All of us are made differently, but we add high oxygen. The other thing you could do is also oxygenate. A lot of times, the ladies here go to, the trend here is oxygen spa, right? You go and do oxygen facial, oxygen peeling and all that. So the buzzword is oxygen. But do you know how much oxygen is there? It's very little. But today, if you have a machine like Oxytap at home, you can oxygenate high concentration of oxygen. You can use a blank face mask, put it there, pour oxygen water, oxygen supplement, and then add your serum, and it's high oxygen, and you can put it on your face. You can do it yourself. You can do it for your friends, do it for your family, your children. And this is for weight loss. Oxygen increases circulation and speeds up metabolism. We have a customer, because we sold it in a pantry, out of one pantry, we got 6 to 7 new sales after we sold to the pantry, because customers who start drinking this frequently all have different encounters or effects on their body. We had blood sugar lowering, we had different things happening in our body, skin clarity improved. But more importantly, one of the lady came and said, I lost 5 kg just by drinking this water for 3 weeks. Interesting, because our cells, when you don't have oxygen, it cannot process the waste. That's why many of you have water retention. If you drink this, your cells will have the energy, it reduces the water retention, and you'll look 10 years younger. So drinking oxygen water is necessary for fat burning. Oxygen water aids digestion. This is key. Pain prevention. If you got headache, you can press double or triple shot and you drink it, and immediately you can find relief. Okay? If you don't believe, later you can go out. I'm not sure whether the power is up, but you can try. If you have headache, you can come by the booth and try it out. At this time, I just want to share with you openly. I'm not sure whether it's okay if I skip the slides and I just share with you, heart to heart. We have an excellent product in Oxytap. When I started Oxytap 4 years ago, I said, no, I'm not going to be in any network marketing because nobody believes in network. We have real products which works, right? But until I met the BOD and Prife, it changed my mind. What we have today here, and as you have heard in the yesterday, we have an army of change, an army of wellness, an army of health, an army which will change the world. We are not an army of war and destruction, but we are an army of restoration, healing, and I can't do this alone. I need you. I need you. Are you willing to be in this army? Are you willing? So, go change a life. You know, it's so critical, our product, that many a times when the machine, right, they say, hey, can I give to my son? My son is having low oxygen. I have a customer, the son is about 8 years old. He has a 4th stage brain cancer, right? And after that, every night the mother is worried because the blood oxygen keeps on dropping. And without oxygen, without Oxytap, it doesn't help him sleep. So we are changing lives, people. We are changing lives. I have cancer patients who are given 6 months to live. Now it's 4 years, she's still alive. I have young kids who have blood leukemia. 2 years of drinking our product, totally into remission. We are not here purely for the money. The money is important. But we are here to change lives. And I look to you, Prife family, as the army of change. Thank you so much for your time. See you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and give it up everyone for Mr. Wilson Tan, the founder and CEO of Oxytap.